Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Wistaeia, and I hope you're doing well. Today I thought I would tell you about my morning, and about a few thoughts that came from my morning. If you are listening, I hope you know how thankful I am for your attention, for your time, and please sit back, relax, perhaps fix yourself a drink or a snack. If you're listening to this as you go about your day, thank you again for your time. This morning, I woke up with a sigh. That I felt an overwhelming wave of what could be defeat spread from my head, down my neck, through my arms, chest, torso and legs. It was as if an unseen weight was bearing down on me, but from where it came, I wasn't sure. As I laid in bed this morning, I realized it was actually not the first time I had woken up that way, with a sigh and feeling defeated. I am still unsure of why of all the mornings I had woken up feeling the same way, that this particular morning is when I have finally taken notice of it. What I am sure of, however, is how helpless I suddenly felt once I realized that somehow feeling defeated has become a part of my daily routine. It might be strange to focus so much on a sigh, but this action, this mere puff of breath, has been sitting in the corner of my mind all day. It was there as I ran errands. It was there as I worked, cooked, ate, and so on. The feeling just continued to jump to the front of my mind before retreating momentarily to the corner again. A small fact about me is I didn't used to sigh. I can distinctly remember the first time I actually did it, genuinely, and again, although it might seem strange to focus on such a small and perhaps inconsequential thing, I feel as though it's something worth taking note of. The very fact that I can recall the first time I sighed makes me wonder whether something had changed that day. I wonder if something had shifted, maybe in the moment, or maybe in me. Although I call the feeling from this morning defeat, it didn't feel like only defeat. I think somewhere in there had to be small flecks of unhappiness, unrest, and I think indecisiveness. I wonder if this is a sign that something needs to change. Maybe in my life, or maybe in me. There are people who are very in tune with their emotions and are able to immediately sort or figure out what it is they're feeling. I'm afraid I'm not one of them. At least, not all the time. Not in this case. While it does bother me, this feeling of defeat, I think there's no harm in letting it sit for a while longer. There's something special about letting yourself feel an emotion in its rawest form. We are human after all, and like the ever-changing moon in the night sky, we experience these emotions in phases throughout our lives. The emotions may return, but just like the phases of the moon, they will not stay permanently. I used to habitually push my feelings aside like it was a distraction. And sometimes it was, but it usually stayed idle while I did what I needed to. Whenever I am feeling particularly emotional, they would usually appear or reappear when I'm ready for bed, when I'm just laying in bed awaiting sleep. So I guess it is somewhat normal for me to be feeling so strongly in the morning, go to sleep feeling, and wake up feeling. I am slowly figuring out exactly what it is I'm feeling, and I do have a few ideas of what it could be and what is causing it. But today is just one day, and tomorrow will be another. I'm afraid I'm going to have to put this on pause temporarily and ponder upon it further. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has woken up feeling defeated, unhappy, indecisive, and unrestful. If you have experienced or are currently experiencing something similar, please know that you're not alone. Again, there is no harm in letting yourself feel something at that moment in its form as it appears. Thank you for listening and taking the time to be here. I hope you take care, and we'll visit again. Until next time.